everybody, welcome back to another Mukbang Monday with Love Pono at LCC. Today we have milk tea and bubble waffles from Hana Tea in Pearl City. Today we have with us...
I'm Jenna. I have an ube latte with boba and also a cream pastry and pecan roll from the culinary students.
I'm Savvy and I have a coffee milk tea and I also have a little cream pastry. Shout out to culinary.
Hi, my name is Summer. I have a brown sugar milk tea with brown sugar boba because I like sweets. And I have a pate chaude and a pecan maple roll from the culinary bake sale.
Hey y'all, I'm MJ and I have a plantation iced tea from Hana Tea and the cutest little apricot pua from the bake sale last week. So some of you may have noticed. Do you notice anything, or should I say anyone familiar? Oh, the return of summer.
Hi.
And if you're not as happy as I am, it's because you're wrong. Welcome back, Summer.
I'm back. Y'all can't get rid of me yet. Yeah, I'm back. I'm so glad to be back with this team. A new team now. But everything is just as great, if not even better, because now we have like a backdrop. We have a new thing for Mondays now. And yeah, we have more content to talk about. So I'm so glad to be back. And yep, you'll be hearing me again on whatever you're listening to this on. So yeah, yay!
It's the greatest sequel of my life so far.
But anyways, speaking of content, today we were talking about trauma responses.
Yeah, so trauma responses are the way your body reacts to trauma, emotionally, physically, how your behavior changes, and it can vary from person to person. I'm sure we've all heard of fight or flight, freeze. Those are examples of trauma responses, and we're just going to take some time today to learn how to understand them and how to navigate them within ourselves and with our relationships as well.
That's great. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because a trauma response can be like, it reminds me when the doctor does that thing on your knee and your knee jerks. A trauma response it's automatic. It's an automatic response. So when someone does something it's a trauma response, they can feel so guilty or embarrassed or ashamed. And what needs to be understood first and foremost is that it's an automatic response due to being traumatized. It's not your fault.
And again, it can happen at any time in your life. So like whether it's when you're like a child, it's just a normal human response, and it's on a biological level, because your amygdala, which is like your danger zone in your head that rings the bell, it sends waves to your rest of your body, and so your body reacts to the cortisol, the stress. Oh no.
No, you're right. The amygdala. It also hears music too, but it's your thalamus, isn't it? Hypothalamus.
Yeah,
Or
it
that
works
was
with your
science.
hypothalamus. So shout out to like the psych majors. Y'all probably heard of this, but yeah. So normal human response. Nothing to feel guilty about or like weird about or anything, because we all have that on some degree, whether you're a fight or flight person or a freeze. That's also a thing. Completely normal. Nothing to be ashamed about. That's why we're here to talk about it today.
And then in a relationship too, fight, flight, or freeze, this can look like being avoidant of talking about certain things, or being avoidant when an argument or something comes up, or maybe that's you being aggressive about something, or like your initial reaction is to like not necessarily even throw your hands up, but to be on the defense and be like, why are you coming at me like this? Like, why are you, it alters the way that we see things, and it definitely greatly alters the way that we interact with others in our own relationships. And I think that's important to bring this up and to talk about it, because for some people, they might not realize that what they're like going through and the issues that they're having within their relationships are trauma responses. And if we don't bring up this problem to light, then we're not going to be able to talk about it, and we're not going to be able to move past it and to grow from it.
I know for me, I didn't realize I had such a bad trauma response until like very recently. I guess I'll just share my experience, but there was a time when I was like having a panic attack and I didn't know I was having a panic attack. And then everyone around me was like, what's happening right now? Like, are you okay? Because, you know, they're all pale, can't breathe and stuff like that. And it's really scary when you just aren't educated on that stuff, because like if I knew maybe like what was triggering that, maybe I would have been able to solve it faster or like earlier. I'm still kind of struggling with it. But I think it's important to find people that can understand that you can share your story with, that will help you navigate it and maybe communicate with you the way you need, so you can maybe get past or those issues or be able to deal with it easier, if that makes sense. So for example, my mom, I had to kind of tell her like what to do to help me calm down when that happens to me, and now whenever it does happen, like she's really good at just bringing me back to earth, you know. So I think it's really helpful to have people that are supportive with that kind of stuff.
That's beautiful. I've had my own trauma response, and I would be labeled as, oh, you're overreacting, you're crazy, what's wrong with you? And how do you explain that? You know, you don't know at the time because you're like, I am overreacting. What is wrong with me? And you're too busy blaming yourself to understand like the science of the reaction. And I like how Summer said it could be anything and it could happen at any time. I have a family member that was in a car accident 10 years ago, and they're a very successful, independent woman. They do everything. Do you know that they can't drive anymore? They have panic attacks. That changed their life, a car accident. And when we hear that, like, oh, of course, we give them grace. But say we were in the car with them or saw them in the car, and we see some lady, you know, we're gonna be like, what's wrong with that lady? And we don't. It takes compassion, and it takes constant, like, awareness of trauma response. You have to really hold it in your heart and mind. When you see someone going through something, it's really important to grab hold of that and understand it for yourself too.
Unfortunately, we have to say bye to Jenna really quickly. She has someplace to be, so we will maybe see her next week. So bye, Jenna. Bye. She'll disappear in 3, 2.
The most important thing I have found in being able to navigate trauma responses in a relationship is, first, of course, it needs to be a healthy relationship with communication and trust with both parties. And being able to communicate and identify these triggers and giving grace to each other and support. And that might mean external support, such as encouraging your partner to attend counseling, seeking awareness and education yourself to better understand your partner. And this is something that I've learned. I'm 33 years old, and I feel like I just now got this manual. I feel like I'm on chapter 2 or 3, and it's like 100 chapters. So this is all new to me, but I can say in the past year, I have had positive results being able to harness my own trauma responses just by being able to identify them and just hold them captive and digest it, process it, and forgive myself and others.
And I feel like everyone kind of experiences that at some point. Like, let's say, like, I feel like people have a hard time accepting that what they went through was trauma. Maybe they don't know if it's like, because when you think about trauma, you're like, wow, that's like a really big bad thing. But what I went through wasn't like a really bad thing, but how you respond to it is still kind of like a trauma response. So an example of that is like, I guess like regular casual relationships would be like, let's say your partner didn't pick you up one day, and then that just kept happening over and over and over again, and that made you feel neglected. In your next relationship, you're kind of like, oh man, this next person might just do the same thing, and then you get all like scared and defensive, and you might get angry at your new partner who would maybe be late one day, but that's only one day, and they're not the same person. I feel like that could be also a trauma response, but also trauma responses look all different. So yeah, in casual relationships it shows up like that, whether it's just like, you know, a healthy relationship or just sometimes mistakes were made, and I feel like it can look all sorts of ways.
Yes, trauma is not, there's no hierarchy of trauma. No one's trauma is worse than someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
And it can also be current events. Current events in this world are traumatizing.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, for real.
It's not a competition.
Yeah, it's really not. Like, and especially in relationships, it's important to come in with that open mind that you guys were talking about. Come in with an open mind and willing to have those tough conversations, not just with yourself, but with others too. So, yeah, it was just as you were saying. Like, some people, they don't think that, oh, my trauma isn't as bad as yours, so I'm like, you know, I have no right to feel like this way when you went through is so much worse, and like all this and that. It's like, no, trauma is trauma. If something made you feel bad, then it made you feel bad, and that's like the end of the story. Like, you don't have to justify the way you're feeling all the time, especially to other people. That's something I noticed that people kind of tend to do. Like, when they go through a bad experience, they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I went through that, like, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. But it's like, no, you don't have to apologize for something that you went through. You don't have to explain yourself on why that was traumatic to you. You don't have to justify it. If it was traumatic, it was traumatic, and we just need to accept that. And then from there, how can we move forward to either help you or help others understand? Especially in a relationship, like, when we come into it with assumptions or baggage from a previous relationship, it's important that we don't project that. Okay, absolutely delicious. We're gonna take a little pause to rate our food. Once again, it's from Hana Tea out in Pearl City. It's right next to the Dunkin' Donuts, across from Foodland Farms. Highly recommend you check it out. We got matcha, like triple chocolate, double chocolate, and taro bubble waffles. Super good, super chewy. I love and support. Also, shout out to Culinary. Your guys' pastries are amazing. I got the coffee milk tea. Definitely waking me up. Highly recommend. Next time, I'm definitely gonna get boba in it though. Super delicious. And then, yeah, the cream pastry. 10 out of 10.
And I ate, like, it was good. They had like a pate shown from the culinary class. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
And the pecan roll, I had like half of it already. It was also really like I think that's walnuts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it was good. And I'm just saying everything is good. But like the double chocolate, oh, it's like it feels like it has substance in it. And I like that because I feel like we got the bubbles in there, so like why not fill it? And my drink, I love Hana tea, so 10 out of 10. The milk tea, brown sugar milk tea is bomb. I recommend.
Yeah, I loved everything. I'm a most fan of what the culinary team presented with us, and the pate was amazing. Sweet and savory, that's how you get to my heart. Sweet and salty, it's all about balance, baby.
But yeah, that's why it's so important, especially in relationships, to seek out those resources, whether it be therapy or counseling. There's just a variety of things that can definitely help out, not only you in your own relationship, but you in your own personal life.
So now that we're wrapping up our trauma response Mukbang Monday topic, we have some resources that are helpful for you. One of them being the Blue Sky app. It's good for DV awareness in your community. Those resources available, and UH confidential advocates that are also on Manoa campus in your dual system.
Yeah, and we have much more resources linked below. Don't forget to check out our playlist that we also have linked. Hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. And check out the description if you want to work with us or access to those resources. Much mahalo. Thank you guys for being with us, and we'll see you at the next Mukbang Monday.